Alright, today we're doing something more constructive than tearing things down and finding out why they broke. I went down the smart home rabbit hole quite a while ago. I started with light switches and some simple sensors. Eventually I expanded it to some modes of automation. So things like, if I walk into my garage and the light level's below a certain level, the garage lights turn on automatically if there's motion detected. And that's what it is about smart home stuff. You can really, it's a rabbit hole. You can expand to all kinds of automations and have really, really cool interactions going on. If you turn one light switch on, it turns all the others on. I will be covering some of the other things I've created for my smart home, but this is the first one. So I've always been very interested in sensors and environmental logging. So, what's the temperature outside and what has it been like the last 24 hours? Things like that are easy in the smart home world. There's lots of temperature sensor modules, humidity, pressure. Things like that, very common. What is not so common is some of the more esoteric types. And what we have here, so what I wanted to do is, even though I don't live in an area with a huge number of thunderstorms, I am interested in knowing when a thunderstorm is approaching, mostly not from safety reasons, but because I love watching storms. I'm one of those people. And knowing that a thunderstorm is approaching can be quite useful. So I wanted to integrate a lightning detector into my smart home. Over the years, I've built from scratch several lightning detectors. The construction is actually very simple. Basically, AM radios tune to a lower frequency than the AM band. They tend to be wide band inputs, so they lock onto any strong signal. They do some filtering, and if they notice a peak of RF energy within a certain band, they say there's a lightning strike nearby. I've built several of these from transistors, and I've had very limited success. I had one unit which worked quite well, but it was not the most reliable, and the biggest problem with all lightning detection is false triggering. Going forward, other people, other companies, whatever, were interested in lightning detection, and there is actually a small chip out there, an ASIC, that was built specifically for lightning detection. It basically does everything. On top of just bare detection of RF energy spikes, it also uses some DSP and some algorithms to rule out human-made sources. These chips are very cool in that they not only detect when lightning strikes happen, they also detect the distance to those lightning strikes. Getting back on topic, I wanted to integrate a lightning detector into my smart home system. There are no, as far as I could find, no commercial solutions for this. So I decided to build one. Build one, what does that mean? Well, I did not build a lightning detector. What you're seeing here is a commercially available lightning detector. It is exceedingly simple on appearance. Inside, it has one of those complicated chips that rejects human-made sources and things like that. But outside, it really is, well, it's a device made to hang somewhere. It says outside, but I wouldn't trust this outside. It has 3 LEDs. This LED blinks periodically just periodically to indicate it's alive. This LED indicates that human interference has been detected. Wow. I don't know how that happened, but that's what it looks like. Yeah, I didn't do that. Cool. And the third LED, which you can't see, is a red one that flashes for, I think, 10 seconds if lightning is detected. Why did I use this? Exceedingly cheap. These things are like 20 bucks on Amazon. But what are these? Well, they are designed for warning that you have lightning in your area, but they are a wireless device that links to a weather station, one of those home weather stations, in this case Accurite. But I wasn't interested in that. I looked into internet-connected weather stations compatible with this, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if I even found one, but even if I did, it would have been too expensive. So anyways, I have this 20-buck lightning detector. Works great. I've watched a few storms pass by the past few weeks, and it did really well. It told me there was lightning I thought it was lying because all I had seen was clear skies and sun. But then, I looked online and radar, and yeah, within, 10, 15 kilometers, I saw thunderstorms that were passing by. They didn't come to me, unfortunately. But anyways, okay, so wow, lightning detector. How do I integrate this? Well, that's where I got creative. So on the back, you can see that. Maybe I'll hold it that way. What is that? Well, that is a door sensor. It is a Zigbee-based smart home door sensor. You're supposed to mount this on a door or door frame, and on the other side there's a magnet you stick on. And when the magnet gets close to this sensor, it tells the smart home hub that the door is open or closed. Well, how does that help? Well, if you notice, there's two wires here. All I did is the LED here, when it flashes, these wires basically short out the little magnetic reed switch that is present in here. So basically, this sensor thinks a door is opening and closing every time this LED blinks. That's it. Very, very simple, right? But it works great, and I'll show some examples. I don't expect us to have any lightning today, but we'll see. Anyways, so yeah, so that's really all there is to it. So if you want to know how to do that, here's an example schematic of how I did this. Basically, what you can see here is that the LED is pulled whenever it's turned on. It receives current, and what I've done is I've added a transistor here, so that whenever the LED is on, the transistor is activated, and all that does is it shorts out in here the magnetic reed switch. And basically that's all it is. After that, it's a matter of integrating this switch into your smart home. It does show up as a contact sensor or a door sensor, which is fine, who cares? I named it lightning. All it really does is every time the door opens and closes, the graph shows that. So the graph is counting the number of opening and closings. That's my lightning detector. Now, there's a lot of stuff missing here. The LED here on the front, when it detects lightning, it blinks not for every lightning strike. It just blinks for a certain amount of time after there is lightning detected. It's not that great for determining how severe a storm is. This sensor, this unit, does not give any idea of how far away a storm is, so I have no information on, is the storm 15 miles away or is it half a mile away? No clue. Because of those limitations, the information isn't exhaustive, but what it does tell you is there is a storm nearby, and it tells you for how long that storm is within range of this sensor. Not perfect, but for me, great. Anyways, if you have any questions or comments, let me know. I have I have built other sensors of varying types into my smart home, and those videos will be upcoming as I have time. So look forward to those. In the meantime, everyone, stay safe. Have a great day. Until next time.